And that's all we have for this week, but What's up everyone? Gerard K here from GQ Designs. In line with our commitment to keep producing quality content on presentation design, we're gonna keep putting out these videos no matter how busy putting up this business becomes. So here we go. This is a quick tip for all of you guys who are just starting out to improve on your presentation. A lot of you may have gotten feedback on improving your presentations. It might be from a colleague, it might be from a boss, it could be from anyone. It could be your students, it could be the faculty if you're doing presentations in the context of education. The thing about all this feedback is it can become extremely overwhelming. The one thing that you don't want to happen is that you no longer take steps to improve with regard to your presentation building skills. So this one quick tip will hopefully get you started with regard to improving your presentation building in PowerPoint. If there's one thing that I could give advice on improving your presentation, like it'll just make your presentations 300% better, is mastering alignments. PowerPoint has a lot of tools now that are just dedicated to making sure all the elements in your layout are well aligned, everything is in place, and I'm going to show you in a bit just how easy it is to align the elements in your presentations, but at the same time it can have a huge impact on the aesthetics of your slides. So the tools that I like to use are number 1, ruler guidelines, number 2, positioning guidelines, and number 3, arrange and alignment tools. So if you go to the view menu, by the way, this is PowerPoint for Mac, but you should also have a similar menu in Windows. Now you have here a box for guides, and when you tick that on, you basically have a guideline that shows the alignment in your slides from a center perspective. By the way, center aligns your slides and your slide elements in a horizontal manner, and middle aligns your slide and slide elements at a vertical perspective. So just a few terminologies to keep familiar with. The other tool that I like to use are positioning guidelines. So these are little red guidelines that come out when you start to move elements in your slide. So for example, if I move this header here, as you can see, a red guideline just came out at the right side of the sample header, and what that shows is the position of the sample header in relation to other objects that it's nearby. So if I move this to the pictures to the right, let's say I move this to the middle of the green picture, actually there's a red guideline now showing that it's at the center and middle of the green picture. So that's pretty helpful. And the last tool that I like to use is the arrange and align tools. And the reason that I like to use this tool is because it takes the guesswork right out of your design process. So what you do is you click on a slide element and you go to shape format. At the shape format menu over at the header, you should see basically some arrange tools here. So it's right over here. If you click that, you have some choices. So what I want to do is go into the alignment menus. This is where we want to go now. And right here we have different options as to how you want to align your selected object to in relation to either your slide or to other objects. So the way this works is if you only click one object, then these alignment menus will align that object in relation to the slide. So if you click align center, it goes to the center of the slide. But if you select two objects, then the way this works is these alignment menus align your two objects in relation to each other. So if I click align left, then you're going to see that these objects are going to align to each other's lefts. So there you go. Now we're going to demonstrate how to use these three. The ruler guides is pretty obvious. I mean, you just keep that on there and then it helps you establish a good reference point as to the center or the middle of your slide. So as you can see here, this slide feels a bit off, but at first glance you can't really tell as to what the reason is. The way I like to test if there's anything off with my slide elements is I like to use shapes. Shapes are a simple way to optically test just with your eyes if anything is misaligned. So right now I'm sensing that the pictures are misaligned. I draw a rectangle over it and I bring it to the edges of one of the pictures. And right then and there you're able to see that the pictures are not exactly aligned with each other's edges. So the way that we can fix that is with this green picture over here, I could drag this down and then wait for a positioning guideline to come out to show me that, okay, this is aligned to the top of the yellow picture. The more accurate way that we can do this, like I demonstrated a while ago, is I would click the yellow and the blue picture, and again, just click on the Arrange menu, click down to Align, and then align them to each other's bottoms. So as you saw there, the yellow picture shifted down to align properly with the blue picture. And this one just needs a bit of a minor alignment. The last thing that I think I can align here is these texts and this one border over here. They're not exactly aligned properly, and it can be a bit distracting. So what I'm going to do is quickly center everything to each other, and that looks much better. So that's that. In conclusion, if you want to start somewhere, start with alignments. You can have the best photos, you can have the best fonts, you can have the best icons, but if your layout is out of whack, if your layout isn't properly aligned, if everything is just messed up all over the place, your slides are just going to look messy. And that's it for this week. We promise to keep coming out with quality presentation design content. So subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, connect or follow us if you're watching in LinkedIn so that these content come to you first. So that's it for now. Take care. Bye-bye.